Hey guys, how's it going today? So today we have Bill Gates, the CEO of Microsoft, running against President Trump in a general election prediction in the year 2020. So I've already given Bill Gates the District of Columbia because I can't really edit that on this map. I'm still finding out different maps to see which ones you guys like the best. So far I've been getting more responses about the ABC and SurveyMonkey map that I used before in my previous videos, but I'm just going to test out the LA Times one right here. So this is just going to be a very simple electoral map. There's not going to be that much reasoning behind it because there are some states that could go without saying. So I'm going to fill in all the safe states for now. We have Montana, Idaho, Arizona. I don't think any of the Romney states that were toss-ups in 2016 would be toss-ups in a general election between these two. Indiana included, along with Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Overall, Bill Gates wouldn't be an aspiring candidate, nor would he be a good candidate for the Democratic Party. In my personal opinion, I don't really see him easily grasping a lot of the voters that he needs to win in a general election, and I don't think he'll do that well. On the West Coast, I still think they would vote for him. If you notice the brown part, this is because this electoral map had an Evan McMullen victory in Utah, but I can't really get rid of it, so I just have to leave it there, so I might cycle through it by accident a couple times. But safe Democratic states, Illinois, most of the Northeast, hashtag sniff, okay. Why do I keep touching Pennsylvania? So these are pretty much all the safe Democratic, and these are the safe Republican states. I just need to make a change right there. In Maine, I can't really change the congressional districts there. But overall, these are the safe Republican and safe Democratic states. And this time there are more safe Republican states than there are safe Democratic states, which is kind of interesting. Typically, the electoral map favors the Democratic Party just because they have more voters in key states that they need to win, while the Republican Party is more spread out across the Midwest and states like that. Overall, this is going to be an interesting map. So first of all, we're going to start off with the Rust Belt. The Rust Belt went for President Trump in 2016. Bill Gates would not be competitive in the Rust Belt. He does not have that appeal to the Rust Belt the same way President Trump did, and I don't think it'll be enough to land him a victory there. So by giving him the Rust Belt, I'm actually not going to give him Michigan just yet because his approval ratings are pretty low there, but I still, I'm thinking about it. I'm just actually going to give it to him because I really don't think that Bill Gates as a Democrat could win there, but I think other Democrats could win in Michigan. Looking at the current electoral map now, we have 276 for President Trump and 182 for Bill Gates. Minnesota, I definitely think could flip. The reasoning behind it is Minnesota was very close in 2016, and I also think that Bill Gates will lose a lot of the white working class voters while also losing minority voters, and the fact that he is one of the richest men on the planet. I think he actually is the richest man on the planet. If not, he was given away a lot of money to charity, which I think could help him, but I don't think it's enough to actually win him in key states. And let's just keep going through the map. So we have Virginia, I'm not going to go to just yet. Florida, I don't think would flip. I think that President Trump would easily hold on to Florida's 29 electoral votes. And that's just simple reasoning. I mean, President Trump won it in 2016 against a candidate with experience, a candidate that was mildly liked. I guess they were both disliked, but I would also call President Trump as mildly liked, but President Trump won there, and I do think that he'll easily beat Bill Gates in that state. In Colorado, that one's a tough one. Nevada's also a tough one because Bill Gates is from the West Coast. I think he'd campaign a lot better out there. Okay, I'm just going to go back to Florida because I don't really want to touch these key states. Sorry, not Florida, Virginia. But Virginia, I do think would go to President Trump. And the reason behind that is there is no vice presidential factor. And there is no inspired minority turnout for Bill Gates like there was for Hillary Clinton. And it still didn't win her the election. So we have to take that into effect. And I do think Bill Gates will lose a lot more of the white vote than Hillary Clinton got. And I don't think Bill Gates will do as well with women. So all the factors are currently against Bill Gates. New Hampshire, I'm thinking it could go to Bill Gates because of what Trump has said about New Hampshire, but I don't think it's enough to actually keep the state with Bill Gates as a candidate because I'm thinking Bill Gates may be on the Democratic side, and a Democrat is probably going to win New Hampshire regardless of the nominee. but Bill Gates isn't even one of those generic Democrats that are going to probably be the nominee. He's one of those outsiders, and he's also one of the richest men in the world, so I don't think he'll be able to win in New Hampshire. As for Maine, I'm going to give the majority of Maine to Bill Gates. Actually, the majority of Maine, I think, would go to President Trump, but I can't really edit that one congressional district, and I kind of feel bad for Bill Gates because he hasn't even broken 200, and I don't think he can at this point, based off where I'm going to give him a couple more. I think he would go 2 over 200, but Maine, I do not think as a whole would go to Bill Gates. I think President Trump will do better there in Maine and take 3 out of their 4 electoral votes and 1 going to Bill Gates. And yeah, so I'm going to leave the state there. I can't really edit it, but Nevada was very close in 2016. I think Trump could actually hold on to, and not hold on, flip Nevada, even though Bill Gates may be campaigning really hard there because he is from the West Coast. I still don't think it's enough to drive out Latino turnout and win the state for Bill Gates. Along with that, Colorado, I do think that President Trump would take Colorado and flip the state. Even though he is against legalization of weed for recreational usage as of now, I do think that President Trump would be able to hold on to that state. As for New Mexico, there's a huge Latino population here, but if a lot of these other states flip, it's most likely going to flip as well. As much as people say that Latinos do not like President Trump got more of the Latino vote than Mitt Romney did, and that's something that Democrats need to worry about in 2020. So thank you guys for watching this video. Overall, the final electoral map was Bill Gates 182 to Donald Trump 356, and this was the final electoral map. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.